So maybe convention season is coming around for you guys, and maybe you want to host a photo shoot for a series that you really like, and maybe you don't know how to get started in doing that. Well, this video is all about helping you understand how to run a photo shoot. So before we get too far, I want to start with telling you guys that you don't have to be cosplayers or photographers to do this. A lot of people assume you have to be a cosplayer or a photographer in order to go to a photo shoot. Wrong. You do not have to do that. And there's 3 categories to this, and I'm going to go through each of them, so this is going to be kind of a long video. So the very first one is going to be before the convention. So these are the steps that you should be going through in order to make sure that people come to your photo shoot. So there's a couple things when it comes to posting. Now, you got to find out where you got to post, you got to make the post, you got to let people see the post. So share any post you make about it. If some conventions only use Facebook, some use Facebook and the forums, some use just forums. Look to see if somebody else has already made a post. If someone made a post, but they're not hosting it, ask if you can host it. If they allow you to host it, then there's a chance that they might say, oh, well, we can make a whole new thread on this so that you can start it, so you can get the information out to people. So that's how you politely ask to host a photo shoot. Just ask. So you're gonna share your post everywhere, right? But like maybe Tumblr or even maybe YouTube. But you might want to make sure to let people know that date, time, and location are always negotiable. Well, they don't have to be, but it looks better if it's negotiable, because then people can put their input in, and you can make things work for everybody else. You don't just say, oh, we're having a Kingdom Hearts photo shoot Sunday at noon, and then everyone's like, well, I'm doing that Friday and Saturday, but not Sunday, and then nobody's on Sunday, and then you're like, well, I'm not changing it, and then nobody shows up for the photo shoot. You have to work with people. You get everyone's input and make sure that everyone is okay with whatever time and date gets set. And if they're not okay with certain times, just go with whatever the majority of people are wanting. And if things don't work for you, because you're hosting, you have to be there. If things don't work for you, state that outright. Say things like, I'm doing this in the morning, so I'm not even going to be in that costume for that photo shoot, or I'm doing this and this before and after this time frame, so I only have these few hours to get this photo shoot in. And then that way people will know that they can try to work their schedule around the photo shoot, because there's a reason the photo shoot has to be at that time. So one big thing you want to do though is you want to make sure that the time and location are not already taken. So you're going to get suggestions from people about times and locations, and they might already be taken. So if someone says 4 o'clock area 3, and whatever area 3 is for your convention, that might be taken. So you go, oh, well, that's already taken. We can't do that spot, so I'm sorry, we just can't. But if you end up putting a thing on there just for the time being, make sure that spot isn't taken either. And if needed, which it usually is for me, find a co-host, a friend, a photographer, another cosplayer, anybody who knows how to run a photo shoot. If this is your first time, it's a really good idea to get somebody who's knowledgeable. And if you're like me, I can't scream really loud, so it's really hard to get everybody's attention in the photo shoot. So I have a friend who can do that, and they do the yelling for me, and I help, So if we're at a Kingdom Hearts photo shoot, they might say, so what are we doing first? And then I will say, we're doing a big group. So then they would yell, okay, everybody in a big group get on for a photo shoot. And next I might say, Sora and Riku. So then my friend, who can yell, will go, Sora and Riku only, and then they'll all go up there. And all the Soras and Rikus will go up there. Usually me being one of them. And then at the end of each thing, you're going to do a 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to end whatever the photo is being taken, so people know when to stop posing. Alright, our second category is at con. So the time period for this is going to be from the beginning of the con to the end of the photo shoot, not the end of the con, unless the end of the con is the end of the photo shoot. Depends on when your photo shoot is. If it's Saturday at noon, then it's going to be beginning of con to 1 o'clock in Saturday. So that's going to be your time frame you're looking at. And you might wonder why I'm telling you the beginning of con, not the beginning of your photo shoot for that 1 hour. Well, there's a very good reason for it. And I do it, my friends do it, a ton of other people I know do it. So what we do is we go around the convention and we find people who are in the cosplays of what we're doing the photo shoot for. And let's go back to Kingdom Hearts. So while I'm walking around, if I happen to see any other Kingdom Hearts cosplayers, I will ask them, hey, do you know about the Kingdom Hearts photo shoot? If they say, yes, I'm coming, then I'll be like, okay, good, awesome. And then we can maybe talk or walk off, or depends on the situation. If they don't, tell them when and where it's going to be, and then they tell us if they can show up or not, and then if they can show up, they usually show up. If they can't, they can't. So you have the time from the beginning of the convention, when everybody's just getting there, even on Thursday, when people are dressed up for getting their badges and stuff, all the way up until the beginning of your photo shoot. You have that entire time period to tell any cosplayers that you see of that series about the photo shoot. And you should be doing that. So that's really all that matters for before the photo shoot. So the rest of this is going to be at the time of the photo shoot, during the photo shoot. So don't be late or absent. Actually be early. I'm usually there like 15-20 minutes early, just so I can sit down and rest before I have to get up and start posing. And definitely don't be absent. Do not miss a photo shoot that you're hosting. I've done it, and it is terrible, and you get yelled at, and people hate you for it. And people might not actually hate me for it, because the times that the two things that I've missed, the two photo shoots I've missed, people understood why. So when you get to the area that you're doing the photo shoot at, you're probably going to see a lot of cosplayers for that. Like, they're going to be there specifically because that's where the photo shoot's taking place. That's why they're standing there waiting. So go up to them and ask, are you guys here for whatever your photo shoot is? So if it's Kingdom Hearts, are you guys here for the Kingdom Hearts photo shoot? Say, yeah, we are. Like, okay, well, it starts in like however long you got left until it starts. Like, it's going to start in 15 minutes, usually what I say. It's going to start in 15-20 minutes, so just if you want to hang around, we're going to wait for more people to show up. And then once a bunch of people show up, then you're going to start doing the whole, hey, everybody's who's here for the Kingdom Hearts photo shoot, we're getting ready to start. And then if you're in an area like Komori-Con, we have the clock tower, and there's a bunch of rock benches. Like, they're rocks, but people sit on them. And there's a couple benches. But there's some really tall rocks that you can climb on a bench and climb on a rock. You can get really high, and you can talk to everybody. So what we do on there is we go up to the top of the rock, and we tell people, alright, everybody from the Kingdom Hearts photo shoot, it's 1 o'clock, we're going to be starting in just a couple minutes here. We're just going to wait maybe 5-10 minutes to see if anybody else shows up, and then we'll start. Just make sure everybody's informed on what's happening, so no one's like, well, is this starting, or is this not happening, or what? And you don't want people to do that, because then they're going to start leaving. So something I forgot in the first part of this, music is always a good idea to bring. If you have a soundtrack for the series, it's a good idea to bring that. And have a speaker that's really good. Don't have one of those crappy little ones. I've had really small ones, and you can't really hear very well. I personally have this. So if you can get something that's nice and loud, then when you bring the music, start the music when you're going to start the photo shoot. That way people know that that's what's going on. Alright, and then start the photo shoot. I don't know how much of this I need to explain, because it's just starting a photo shoot. You just start doing what I just explained. You tell people, hey, we're starting, and then you do the whole, everyone get up for one group, then only this character, only these characters, whatever. And at the end, if you're taking pictures and videos when you see people starting to leave, if you're a videographer or a photographer like I am, well, I'm a videographer, I'm not really much of a photographer, I usually do video, but if you're doing that kind of thing, go on Vistaprint and get some cards made, get some business cards, and hand them out to the people so that they know where to find your videos or pictures. And then at the end of the photo shoot, make sure that you thank everybody for coming. You don't know how many photo shoots I've been to that I wasn't hosting, that everyone just slowly stopped taking pictures and just walked off and never said goodbye or nothing. You know, we took the time out of our day to come to your event that you were hosting, and you can't be courteous enough to thank us for coming. It's rude. Just thank people. So the last part of this is after con. There's only really one part of after con, and that's posting links to wherever your videos and pictures are. There's really nothing to it. So that's the end of this video. So if you guys want to host photo shoots, this is probably some good information. I've been hosting photo shoots since 2012. So I started this month, November, I think, 2012. Is when I very first held a photo shoot. And ever since then, I've been hosting the Kingdom Hearts photo shoots for all the conventions that I go to. So pretty much SoccerCon and KomoriCon. But whatever, the AkiCon doesn't have photo shoots because they suck, and I haven't been to NewCon yet. So at KomoriCon and SoccerCon, I host all of the Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and Squaresoft/Square Enix photo shoots. And the Final Fantasy one, I'm co-running it usually. My friend usually runs it. And then I'm helping her out. So my advice is probably going to be very helpful to you guys. So I hope you guys take some of this advice and like and subscribe. I'll be putting out a lot more things like this. I've ran out of discussion for anime. I just can't figure things out right now. This is stuff that helps people and stuff I know how to do, so it's a little different than a discussion. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Alright, and I'll see you guys later.